Welcome back. We're in the kitchen now because food is an important part of the St. Patrick's Day experience. But if you want to be authentic, you need to make Irish soda bread. Home cook Julie Neville is here to show us how. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
I hear this is very easy.
It is very easy. So it's very easy for a couple of reasons. Minimal ingredients, time. So if you're short on time, I think from start to finish, including prep and bake, less than 40 minutes.
Nice.
And it's really simple in terms of it's not a yeasted bread, so there's no proving, rising, and the technicalities that come into that. This is so simple. My husband can't make toast. He could make this bread. So let me show you how easy it is. Okay, so we're just going to start off with equal parts whole wheat flour and then all-purpose flour. And then, like I said, there's hardly any ingredients at all. Then we're just going to add some salt and some baking soda, and that's it for the dry ingredients. So I'm just going to give that a little mix to incorporate it all. And then the only wet ingredient that we're going to add to this is buttermilk. So the buttermilk is what will give it a really tender crumb, but also it's the connection of the buttermilk with the baking powder, the baking soda, sorry, that actually creates the rise because we don't have yeast in it.
Yep.
So that's how we get this lovely risen loaf without the yeast. So we're just going to give this a quick mix. So we want the dough we want it to come together, but not to be wet. So let's just see if we need to add a little bit more liquid to this or not. And then the other good thing is the kneading takes like 20 seconds.
Okay.
And then it goes in the oven. So you're not putting a lot of elbow grease into this bread.
Okay.
It's easy. So let's just add a little bit more of the buttermilk. And then we can get it onto the board and we can start kneading it. But this bread is the one that takes me back to my childhood of spending a lot of time in Ireland.
Yes, because I did not know this, but your mother is Irish.
She is, and she's the only one in her family that left Ireland when she married my father. So in the years going back to Ireland, this would be the first memory I have as walking through the door to my auntie's house would be having the soda bread coming out of the oven. Okay, so we've got this dough together now. So we're going to get it onto a floured board. And again, just to bake it as well, I put it literally onto a floured baking sheet. So we're just going to quickly, you just really want to bring it together and have a smooth edge. So it literally takes a minute, if that. And make sure your board is floured because it will stick. So we're nearly there. We just want to get a smooth edge. And then, of course, we have to put that traditional cross on the top that is so famous on a soda bread. So if we can see now, if we have a nice smooth edge on this side. So we can just round it off. And then this can go straight onto the floured baking sheet. And then we're just going to do the little traditional cross across the top. And then this can go straight into the oven. And then, like I said, it's going to bake for around 30 to 35 minutes. I'll just pop it in here.
Yes, we preheated the oven just
we
for
did.
this purpose.
We're organised. And then a really good tip to know that when your soda bread is done, when you pick it up, if you just tap the bottom and it sounds hollow, that means it's done.
Okay. And how do you like to eat it, with just butter?
This is Irish butter.
Okay.
It's the only way.
Irish butter.
And it has to be really, really heavily laden with Irish butter. That's the only way to eat it.
What other Irish foods are you cooking tonight? Because I read that corned beef and cabbage is actually an American Irish dish.
See, that's not something we would have. We would have an Irish stew made with lamb. I won't be doing that tonight. I'm leaving the Irish side of my family to do the celebrating. But this soda bread I do make all the time just because it's super quick and easy.
Yes. And tell us more about your website because you have tons of recipes on there. You have this. I did see your Irish stew recipe. So tell us how they can find this recipe.
So on social media or on the website, it's just Add the Love. Very simple.
Yes. And there's all the ingredients to the Irish soda bread. I just wanted to show people how simple it was. And yes, I kept to the grams and the milliliters in there because I know
I realized
that's how
I did that.
No. But it's better to measure your ingredients instead of scoop them.
Yes, it is.
So just get yourself a little kitchen scale. It's very easy.
Yeah, because baking's a science. So kind of cooking in general, you can kind of throw everything in, which I do all the time. But if you're baking, you need to stick to the measurements.
Yeah. Well, yes, you can get this recipe and many, many others at addthelove.com. Thank you for coming, Julie. It's always great to see you. And I mean, you always cook for us. So
Thank you so much.
Thank you.